Dunn's Row, a street in Ballybock on the north side of Dublin city. On one side a row of small dwellings with a kitchen and one room and a scullery. Mr. and Mrs. Bowles were getting ready to leave for their new house in Coolock on the day we were there, and they were delighted. Mr. George Curtis, whose house had also been condemned, had as yet no alternative accommodation offered to him. Most of the people who live here would like to get away to somewhere that they could be proud of and that could be kept clean and tidy. Most of Dublin, especially its Georgian parts, went up altogether in the 18th century, and now it's coming down again altogether. Once the proud town houses and residences of the wealthy, the decorated ceilings are now falling down. The spacious halls are open to the icy winds and the passing dogs. Many of the landlords of these kind of houses claim that the tenants in them have themselves deliberately damaged the houses in order to get them condemned, and then moved out to new houses in new corporation estates. The rents are low, 11 to 15 shillings, but this doesn't compensate for the drawbacks. Right, can you... That's right,
yeah,
Mrs. Griffin. Right. Mrs. Griffin, you're moving out of this house today. You had a flat here and you're moving out to a new house.
Yes, sir.
Well, tell us about this house you were in. How long were you here?
I'm only 3 years here. That's all, you know, like. And we had to go down to the yard for water, drag it up, like, you know. And the house was in very good condition when I moved in. I mean, it wasn't bad, you know. But we were brought to court the 27th of December, and we were told that we only got 10 to 14 days to get out. So I got a note like last Monday saying, go down for your case that you're going to Finglas. And my husband went down for the case. So I'm going to Finglas tonight.
Yeah. When, did you think when you got the court order to move out, did you think you were going to, did you know where you were going to go?
I didn't know from Adam where I was going to go, but still now I put down on Finglas where I'd like to go.
Were you asked?
Oh, we were asked, yes, we were asked where would we like to go. I said I'd like to go to Finglas.
Well, we've had the court order, but I've got no place yet. I've my husband and a son away. I must keep a home for him. But the other people in the houses all got their houses.
I've had the court order, and I've been informed by the corporation that they have no places for two, and I would not have a chance of getting a place.
Just your husband and yourself?
And myself, yes.
Mr. Murphy, you're living here in 48 Ager Street?
Sir. No, 48 York Street.
York Street?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been here?
I'm 22 years here, sir.
And have you to move out?
We have to. We've already got a key for 74 Galtimore Drive, a 1-bedroom and a kitchen for my husband, my boy 20 and myself. And if we don't take it, we're to go to Griffith Barracks. My husband is to go to Benburb Street Lodging House, and my boy is to look for lodgings for himself. If we don't take this place we've been offered.
What's wrong with Galtimore Drive?
Well, it's too small. I mean, and then my husband has to be in work at 7:15 in the morning, and he must get the 6:15 bus and keep a road to entitle him to get into work again 7:15.
Mrs. Felton, you're living next door here in 48.
47.
47?
47, yeah.
Well, what kind of a house is it?
Well, it was when I came to it, it seemed to be a very good house. Nothing, but now we're getting evacuated. I don't know for what. Of course, all the people are out of it, gone out of it. And we're to be evacuated on Monday, according to the police.
Next Monday?
Next Monday. They're giving us till Monday. We were to be out today, but going out, we're to be evacuated Monday.
Have you had any offer of other accommodation?
No, the social welfare came and asked if we would take a caravan like in Donnybrook, and I said yes, but we got no further offers.
Only yourself?
On myself. I had 3 deaths in 61.
Did you live around here all your life?
All my life. I was born in Angel Street and reared 67 years round the quarter here, married and all out of the York Street.
You wouldn't mind going out to Donnybrook to live in a caravan?
No, if I had it in the Dunroop, because I've been here, I believe they're very nice if they're not too far out, you know. I've been near the Irish Sister Charity where they're calling to me, give me their blessing when I wouldn't be, then I'd be bad.
Mrs. Mulligan, how long have you been living here in this house?
47 years.
Ah. Do you want to move out?
No.
Well, who wants to move you out? Have the corporation asked you to get out of the house?
Yes, it's condemned.
Do you know why it's condemned?
No.
Well, did they give you any reason why you have to move out of the house?
No. No, they didn't.
What will you do if you have to go out?
They had to get me somewhere to go to.
They didn't say where?
No.
Is the house dangerous at all, Mrs. Mulligan?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
And you don't know when they're asking you to move out?
No, I didn't get any definite.
The Dublin Health Authority do their best to make Griffith Barracks habitable. But it's not suitable accommodation for whole families. Barbed wire along the walls keep out unwanted intruders, and the wives say they're husbands. But at least it's better than this mixture of scrap heap and broken down housing. Hello. You two ladies are living in here in Griffith Barracks.
Yes, that's right.
And this is you're Mrs.
Wall.
And this is your husband.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Broderick. Yeah.
This
This
is
is your child here in the front.
I was staying with my mother in Alvabon, and I had to get out. It was if I consider her with her 11 children, and myself and her husband was staying in one bedroom. I had the other bedroom to myself, and she said she wasn't getting no help. So I had to come into Griffith Barracks, and my husband's in the army, Clancy Barracks, he stays in there. And it's costing me now 17 and 6 from last Monday, and it costs me 7 and 6 in a cafe every day for my meals. And I replied to the corporation for a house, and they sent back a letter telling me that they were considering my case for York Street area. And when they come down there, it's fell. They've forgotten all about me if they've done nothing since. And I think this place is really like a prison in here, because we have to ring the bell when we're going in, and we have to tell the man when we're coming out. And we're only allowed to see our husbands up to 10 o'clock at night. And from now on, we were told that our husbands is going to be stopped from coming in to see us. And I have a baby in St. Ultan's Hospital, which he has bronchitis and sucky gaps in the throat. And I can't have him back unless I get a home of my own.
Well, I was a sub-tenant in the corporation house, you see, and my husband and myself and the child. And we were asked to leave at the corporation as the landlady was being evicted for not paying rent. So I went on to the corporation and sent me here to Griffith Barracks. I'm in Griffith Barracks on the 26th of November. My child was sent into hospital for the simple reason is there was no fire to keep my child warm. My husband is working very late every night and he cannot see me, maybe only once in a week. My child will not be left back out of St. Ultan's Hospital for the simple reason is that there's no fire and the conditions in Griffith Barracks is terrible.
Mr. Wall, while your wife and children are in here in Griffith Barracks, where are you living?
With my mother.
And what do you ever get in here? Are you working late?
To be working late at night, and like sometimes I can't see my wife at night. I'll be working late, and I can't even see the kid in the hospital because I'll be working late.
Yeah, well, you're working after 10 o'clock, so that you're finished after the time you're allowed in here.
Yes.
So you can't get in.
Can't get in. And if I had a place, I could be able to go home and live in peace, you know.
Just beside the double-locked gate is a gap in the barbed wire. I was told that this is how the husbands succeed in beating the curfew. Mr. Quinn, how did you get where you are now in a tent on the pavement?
Well, I was put in here by a TD. I came to see a TD due to circumstances, unfortunate. And conditions in here were very bad. We decided there's only one thing for it, and that's to come out on the streets.
No, where's this? This is conditions bad in Griffith Barracks.
In Griffith Barracks, yes,
Right.
that's right. And then we decided to pitch a tent out here in protest, really, against no homes. I've been on that waiting list 4 years. In that time, I've seen about everybody in this city that could possibly help, and still I got nothing.
Where were you and your family living before you moved into Griffith Barracks?
I was living with a mother-in-law, and all the circumstances there, it's just impossible to work out, you know.
When we came home from England a year ago, I did at least with the 3 children, and my husband followed me a couple of months after that because he heard there was work here. Anyway, he came home. He was only a couple of days home in Dublin when he did get a job right enough and good wages that we could afford a house and get plenty of furniture wherever we needed. So I was living with my mother, and there was 19 of us in the house, which is only a 2-bedroomed house, and she had to put me out one Sunday morning as it was really too full there, you know. Well, I went around to a tea day on Sundrive Road, and he sent me down to Griffith Barracks. Well, I thought the corporation, I should say, would have housed me then, but they didn't. They just sent me into Griffith Barracks, and while I was in there, I had about 16 months, and he was sent into Clunsky Hospital. Anyway, he was in 6 weeks, and he came home then, and they still weren't going to do anything for me. And in the week that I was left over there, my young girl got chicken pox out of it on a Wednesday, so I decided to move out on a Friday night. So I went over living in the tent to see would the corporation do anything, but so far they haven't even come near us. And I've got a young boy now in St. Kevin's, and I've got a young girl in Clunsky with the chicken pox, which I don't think they'll be able to come out until we have a home to bring them to. So I just have to leave them there.
The demand for new houses built by the corporation is satisfied in projects like McKinley Road in Finglas. The houses here are like the ones in the model we've just seen. No sooner are the decorators out of a house than the people are in, sometimes even before the electricity is laid on. It's an indication of the feverish activity of the housing section of the corporation. The gardens have yet to be laid down, but complaints are few. Temporary disadvantages don't put in on the people, and most of them who've moved out love their new houses. Mrs. Griffin, you've just had your first night in out here in Finglas in your new house. How'd you like it?
I like it very much. Like, you know, I only got out here last night, you know. Yeah. But we have no light, like, you know, no gas. But I like it very much, like, you know.
How are you cooking at the moment?
Oh, we're cooking on the fire, like, you know. And everything is okay.
And you really like it?
Oh, I like it very much, yes. Yeah.
Margaret, how do you like living out here in Finglas?
I think it's very nice because we have hot water. We don't have to be dragging water up and down the stairs. And I can get a bus just down the road into work, easy enough.
Yeah. Does it cost you more to get to work?
Oh yes, I used to go on the bike before, but I have to take the bus now. And it'll be about 10 shillings a week for bus fare in and out, you know. But if I can get a job near, I'm going to try and get one.
Mr. Griffin, how do you like your new house?
I like it very much indeed. The place we were living in, the ceiling was falling, and we had to be dragging up water up the stairs. And also the toilet facilities was very, very bad indeed.
So this place is a big
This
change.
place is definitely a palace compared to it, and I'm very thankful to the corporation for supplying me with such a nice house.
Mr. Griffin, what about rent? You're paying more for here than you did in Dorset Street.
I'm paying more for rent here, but I don't mind that because I have every comfort that anyone could ask for.
What about your work?
Well, my work, I'll have to cycle in, which I'm stationed in McKee Barracks at the moment, and I'll just have to cycle across the back road. There's only a few miles in the difference.
What's your name?
Thomas Mills.
Thomas. And yours?
Karen Mills.
You're his sister. You're yeah, good. Where were you before you came out here?
I lived in Summerhill Parade.
Yeah, that was where, in and around Parnell Street?
Yes.
Now, do you like being out here?
Yes, it's great.
What's nice about it?
Oh, there's plenty of fields to play in and all.
Yeah?
You know?
Yeah?
And There's plenty of birds' nests.
Yeah, there's no bird's nest now at this hour of the year, middle of winter.
There's
All
some
bird's nests.
Yeah.
Ah, and you like that too?
Yeah.
Good. What about you? Do you like being out
I
here?
like out here very much.
Yeah, you're still going to school inside in Summerhill, in
No.
Summerhill Parade.
I got into St. Cans's down in the village.
And how do you like that?
I'm starting tomorrow.
Yeah, you don't know yet. Well, are you looking forward to it?
I am
Yeah,
very much.
good. Mr. Shelley, you were living in this house in Dorset Street as well. How long are you out here now in Finglas?
Be a week exactly on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I like it very much. The only thing we're without now is the gas. But we got a loan of electric ring, and it's coming, it's all right now, for the few days.
Yeah. You have light?
Oh yes, the light was on the day we moved in.
Yeah.
And
what's the nicest thing you like about this place, Mr. Shelley?
the nicest thing is for the children, because I made to lead the baby out in the pram, and Patrick is able to run up and down in the passage, and I can see the change in them already. They're sleeping better. The two of them have slept all night, every night now since we come out, and Patrick doesn't seem to be so cross because he's able to get out in the air, and he wasn't able to do that in Dorset Street because I was too high up to let him out. I'd been running up and down the stairs all the time, and that's the best thing that happened yet to me, to be out here.
Mr. Shelley, what about your work? Is it harder for you to get into work from here?
It's harder, but it's not too bad,
Yeah.
They got the terminals here. I'm always sure of getting the bus,
Yeah.
It takes about 25 minutes to get in.
Yeah.
And I hop on the number 1 or 2 at O'Connell Bridge. It takes me down.
But you're happy to get out here?
Yes. Well, I'm used to travelling far. I used to live in Ballyfermot, with the mother up near Cherry Orchard. So I'm well used to it.
What about rent, Mr. Shelley? It's much dearer. How much dearer than it was for the place in Dorset Street?
Well, it was 12 and 6 in Dorset Street. It's 33 shillings here. It's £1.06 in the difference.
Big difference.
Oh, there's a big difference, but we don't mind it,